So hello everyone, good afternoon. Welcome back with our session where we are discussing the important 25 questions, and these 25 questions are important for all the RRB and SSC examinations. And one more thing, these sets includes the PYQs, that is previous year questions of RRB, ALP, JE, NTPC, technician, and also they also are including the questions from the SSC, CGL, CPO, and CHSL. So let's see what kind of questions are asked in the examination, how they are framed. And today most of the questions are from the level of CGL. I mean, I've taken the question from the CGL part. So we have Ankita here. So Ankita, hello, good afternoon. So what is the first question? Which fundamental fluid dynamics principle explains the aerodynamic lift generated on airplane wings and the working mechanism of Venturimeter? So is it Archimedes principle? Is it Pascal's law? Is it Bernoulli's principle? Or is it Torres-Arrays law? So you have four options here. What do you think should be the correct answer? So in this question, we can directly link with the working mechanism of Venturimeter, and that's linked with the Bernoulli's principle, right? So Ankita is going with option number B, and she's saying that it will be Pascal law. But Ankita, this time the answer is option number A. Option number C, that is Bernoulli's principle. So this time, Utkarsh, even you are wrong. This time the answer will be Bernoulli's principle. It is option number C. So few more important points about it. So for an incompressible non-viscous fluid in a streamlined flow, the total mechanical energy, that is the pressure energy plus the kinetic energy and the potential energy per unit volume, remains constant. And since we were talking about the airplane there, so air travels faster over the curved top of the airfoil wing, creating a lower pressure on the top and higher pressure underneath, which helps in the lifting of the airplane. And here, Bernoulli's principle, that is option number C was the correct answer. Next, the next question is, which optical phenomena is responsible for light transmission through optical fibers without signal loss and the formation of desert mirages? So guys, whether we are talking about the brilliance of the diamond or the shining of the diamond, or we are talking about the mirages, here the concept is same. And what is it? The concept is of total internal reflection. The same concept is seen in the optical fiber cable as well. So there are two main conditions. The light must travel from the denser to the rare medium, and angle of incidence must be greater than critical angle. So this time, Utkarsh, you are 100% correct. The correct answer is option number A, that is total internal reflection. So it occurs when the light travels from denser medium to rare medium, and when angle of incidence is greater than critical angle. So here the applications are there in the optical fiber cables, endoscopes, mirage in the desert, and the brilliance of the diamond. We have already discussed this in the past class as well. Okay, next. Which physical law states that within the elastic limit of a material, the applied stress is directly proportional to the strain produced? So is it Young's modulus rule? Is it Hooke's law? Is it modulus of rigidity? Or is it bulk modulus principle? So Utkarsh and Ankita, let me see who would be the first one to answer this. So Utkarsh is going with option number A, that is Young's modulus rule. Okay, and what about Ankita? Still you're going with option number A, but this time I'll say, sorry to say, but this time the answer is Hooke's law. So Hooke's law, that is option number B, will be the correct answer. And Honey is also going with option number A. So Honey, this time Hooke's law is the answer. More about Hooke's law. So it states that within the elastic limit, stress is directly proportional to the strain. And here, stress upon strain is equal to modulus of elasticity, that is E. And if I talk about the elasticity, so there's an important point, and this point I always discuss whenever I teach you the sound chapter. So whenever we'll be studying the sound chapter, I'll always teach you there that sound depends upon the five basic things, in which elasticity is the one. So more is the elasticity, more is the speed of sound there, and steel is more elastic than rubber. It seems like, sir, what are you saying? Rubber must be more elastic. No, steel is more elastic. So what about elasticity? So elasticity is the property of maintaining its own shape, right? So here steel is more elastic than rubber. It's mentioned here as well. Okay, so that's valid only up to the proportional limit on the stress strain curve. So it's mentioned here. This is the Hooke's law. Okay, next. According to Lenz's law, what determines the direction of an induced current generated in an electromagnetic induction circuit? So you have four options. What do you think should be the correct answer in this case? Answer please. So law of conservation of energy can be linked here. Answer. So since we are talking about the law of conservation of energy, so here, is it right hand screw rule? Is it Fleming's left hand rule? Is it Lorentz force law? Or option number D, it always opposes the change in the magnetic flux causing it. So what is it? This time, uh, honey is correct. So honey, this time I'll say salute man. Perfect. So option number D is the correct answer. So here is it. The direction of an induced electric current always opposes the change in the magnetic flux that produces it. So it is a direct consequence of the law of conservation of energy, and I have already given you the hint. So that's acha. Since you are from so honey is electrical engineer. So obviously honey cannot give this answer. Okay, so that's great. Next is, which acoustic phenomena causes a wine glass to shatter when exposed to a continuous sound wave matching its natural frequency? So by the time you'll answer this, honey, I have a question for you. Honey, are you from Agra? Because one of the candidate was there when I was there in Adda 24/7. I was teaching their RRB JE and SSC JE examination. So Honey Agrawal was one of the candidate who is selected in RRB JE, and he is posted at Agra only. So he has got the home uh, location. So honey, are you the same person? Because he was also an electrical engineer. Okay, so here, which acoustic phenomena causes a wine glass to shatter when exposed to a continuous sound wave matching its natural frequency? So guys, I am not aware of that, how to create that frequency, but you might have seen those things in the movies and on different news channels, and even in the Discovery Channel, when there's a person who just creates some sound, and then the wine glass which is kept there, it breaks. So that's about the resonance, right, where the natural frequency meets with the with that frequency. Acha, okay, no worries. So Utkarsh, Honey and Ankita, here the correct answer will be resonance. So resonance, it is option number B is the correct answer. So it occurs when the frequency of an external periodic driving force equals to the natural frequency of the oscillating body, and at that time you will have the maximum amplitude. So it results in the sharp dramatic surge in the vibration amplitude, transferring the maximum energy to the system. So the shattered glass, marching shoulders break their step on the bridges, because if they'll not break the step and if they are marching in the continuous way, because their frequency, when it will match the natural frequency, this time the bridge will shatter. So we need to break those steps. Then we have tuning radios. All these are the examples of the same. Next, which law of hydrostatics forms the operational foundation of hydraulic lifts, hydraulic brakes in automobiles, and hydraulic presses? So is it Pascal's law, Archimedes principle, Boyle's gas law, or Hooke's hydrodynamic law? So equal pressure at all the same points. So what do you think? What should be the correct answer? Utkarsh is going with D, that it would be Hooke's hydrodynamic law. Okay. Whereas we are linking with the hydraulic brakes, and this we have discussed in our 9th or 8th standards. I guess you can easily give this answer. Ankita is going with B. Fine. So there is no mechanical engineer here. So see, Honey has given all the correct answers which were linked with electrical engineering. So no one. So where's Pascal's law? Okay. So here Pascal's law is the correct answer. So pressure applied to an enclosed incompressible fluid is transmitted undiminished in all the directions to every point of the fluid and container walls. So here a small effort force applied on a small piston produces a massive lifting force on the larger piston. So there's the formula given here. So hydraulic brakes, hydraulic jacks, hydraulic presses, and the heavy excavators, they all are the applications of this Pascal's law only. So here the correct answer was option number A, that is Pascal's law. What about next? What unique magnetic property is exhibited by superconductors when cooled below their critical transition temperature? So you have 4 options. Let us see what will be the correct answer for the same. Guys, what should be the correct answer for the same? So I have received one of the comment. Let me check. Honey is saying, sir, I'm acha, you Honey, got it, got it, got it. Sir, I'm Honey Power. My ID was built so I can. Uh, acha, acha, okay. Are Honey, I know your name is enough. I remember my students always. Okay. So here, what do you think? What should be the correct answer? So for this case, what unique magnetic property is exhibited by superconductors when cooled below their critical transition temperature? So here the correct answer will be of complete expulsion of the magnetic flux, that is diamagnetism, and option number C will be the correct answer. Okay, so yes, what is this effect? So Meissner effect, the complete expulsion of all the internal magnetic flux lines from a material when cooled below its superconducting critical temperature. So here, yes, option number C was the correct answer. Superconductors behaves as a perfect diamagnets with the magnetic susceptibility where chi is equal to -1. Fine. Next. According to Stephen Boltzmann law, the total radiant energy emitted per unit surface area of a black body per second is proportional to which power of its absolute temperature? So is it first power, second power, third power, or is it fourth power? What do you think is the correct answer? So Stephen Boltzmann law. So will it be the first power, second power, third power, or fourth power? This time the answer is going to be a fourth power. What will be the answer? The answer will be the fourth power. Let me explain it. So the total radiant energy flux emitted per unit area of a perfect black body is directly proportional to the fourth power of absolute temperature. So here the formula is also given. So and if I talk about the Stephen constant, so the value is approximately 5.67 into 10 to the minus 8, and here's the unit that is given, right? So what is it? It's the fourth power. Next. What is the chemical formula of the baking soda which releases carbon dioxide gas upon heating to make cakes soft and spongy? So guys, whether it is bhature, we have taken the example yesterday as well, or we are talking about cakes, sponges, whatsoever it is, we are using baking soda, and the formula for the baking soda is sodium bicarbonate. Remember the trick? Yes. So the answer is NaSCO3. But what about other options? If I talk about Na2CO3.NH2, so what is it? Sodium carbonate, that is Na2CO3.NH2. That's the washing soda's example, right? So Utkarsh, that's great. Option number B was the correct answer. So it's also used as an anti-acid to neutralize stomach acidity and in soda acid fire extinguishers. Next. Which two-dimensional allotrope of carbon consisting of a single layer of carbon atoms are arranged in a hexagonal lattice exhibits exceptional electrical conductivity? Anni, this time you can easily give the answer. So Ankita is going with B. That is, that was about the last question, right? What about this question? Will it be graphene, fullerene, carbon nanotube, or will it be diamond? So Utkarsh is the first one to give answer, and the graphene is the answer according to Utkarsh. Okay. Ankita, Ani, what do you think? What should be the correct answer? And all the candidates who have joined here, I'll request you all to please like the session and at least subscribe the channel so that you can daily visit this channel and you will get the update as well. So from Monday to Friday on the daily basis, I'm taking these sessions at sharp 12. Okay. So here, no doubt, the correct answer is option number A. Utkarsh, you are 100% correct. So graphene is the answer. So single atom thick layer of sp2 hybridized carbon atoms tightly bound in a hexagonal honeycomb lattice. So it's 200 times stronger than the steel, ultra lightweight, and an extraordinary conductor of heat and electricity. So it's considered the building block of graphitic materials like carbon nanotubes and fullerenes. So fullerene is another allotrope of carbon where it has a cage-like structure. So that's right, Ankita, correct. Which commercial chemical compound is known as calgon is added to hard water to sequester calcium and magnesium ions during water softening? So what do you use for softening of the water? That's the question, and I guess you all can give this answer easily. What should be the correct answer in this case? So what is calgon? That is Na6P6O18. I have already given you the formula. Now you can at least give this answer. So what will be the correct answer in this case? So here I have already given you the formula. So it is Na6P6O18, and here sodium hexameta phosphate, that is option number D, will be the correct answer, right? So what is the correct answer? Option number D. That's perfect. So more about it. So calgon, that is the trade name of sodium hexameta phosphate. Formula is already given here. So what is the mechanism here? Soluble calgon releases sodium ions which swap with calcium and magnesium ions, forming complex soluble anion complexes that do not precipitate at scale. So it prevents boiler scale formation in the high pressure industrial boilers. So the correct answer was option number D. And this time, Ani, Utkarsh, Ankita. Okay, so D was the correct answer. What about this question? What term describes chemical species that possesses identical numbers of neutrons but different atomic numbers and mass number? So for this case, I need to use a note for explanation. Okay. So will it be isotope? So isoterm is related with the same. So Sanjana is going with A. Okay. So Sanjana, for this case, please remember this isoterm is linked with same, right? But P is linked with proton. I'll write it for you. See, please remember this. Isotherm, this means same. Pe is linked with the proton. Pe is linked with the proton. Isotone Ne, that's linked with the neutron. And if I'll just take the permission from the mother that Ani is saying, Mummy, I want to have party in the bar. So what do you think my mother will do? My mother will say, you wanna go bar? Do one thing, हो जाओ हमारे घर से बाहर. So guys, for the bar, none of the mother will allow, right? So all the ma will be same for the case of bar. It is every ma will be same here. Same ma. Whenever the permission for the bar will be taken, right? Same ma. So for the bar, so ma stands for mass. So that is same mass number. So if it is same mass number, different atomic number, so isobar, same number of neutrons, it is isotone, and same number of protons, it is isotope. What about isomers? So when the formula is same but the structures are different, they are known as isomers. So what term describes for the chemical species that has the same number of neutrons? So since it is talking about the identical number of neutrons, that means we are talking about isotones. And yes, option number C will be the correct answer. Okay, Annie. So everyone who is present in the class, so Ankita, Sanjana, Utkarsh, Annie, everyone has given the correct answer. That's great. Utkarsh, perfect. Next. Now the next question is, so isotone we have discussed. Yeah, this one. What is the precise chemical composition and the name of reddish brown coating formed on iron during rusting? So what is the correct answer? So this question is from the corrosion part, right? So what is corrosion? Iron is losing its property, right? And there's a red coating over the iron, because of which in the initial stages the weight actually increases. And in this process, that is in the rusting process, you will find the reduction as well as the oxidation. So reduction and oxidation's combination is here. Ashish is also here. So yes guys, you all are correct. The correct answer will be option number B. There is hydrated ferric oxide, that is Fe2O3.XS2O. That's absolutely correct. And in order to prevent it, so you can go for galvanization and all. So chemically it is defined as the hydrated ferric oxide. The formula is very common, repeatedly asked in the examination. It requires this simultaneous presence of both oxygen and the moisture. An electrochemical process where iron acts as an anode, it's prevented by the galvanization, where zinc is used, painting or oiling or greasing. Next, what color change does the synthetic indicator phenolphthalein exhibit when introduced to an basic solution? So guys, for this I have already given you the trick. Ashish wanna say something? Oh, okay. So Ashish, have some tea and pakoda then along with it. Okay, no worries. So guys, talking about this question, so I have a trick for you people. The trick is Pakistan, Bhuka, Pyasa. So it is phenolphthalein in the basic medium will turn pink. So this is the same trick we used to study in our maths in our 9th standard. So the first time when trigonometry came into our syllabus, our teacher used to teach us using some tricks, right? So it was like Pakistan Bhuka Pyasa or Pandit Patri Prasad Har Har Bole, something like that. So it was perpendicular upon hypotenuse, base upon hypotenuse, and perpendicular upon base. So this is for sine, this is for cos, this is for tan. But I'm not teaching you maths. I just need to go with this trick. So phenolphthalein in the basic medium will turn pink, and where is pink, 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 pink? That is option number A. So it turns pink or magenta and that is option number A is the correct answer. Ankit, Ashish, both of you are correct. Right, next. So A is the correct answer. So phenolphthalein, synthetic acid based indicator, widely used in the lab titrations. In the basic solutions it turns pink, and in the acidic solution it becomes colorless. And it's the just opposite in the case of methyl orange. So methyl orange turns pink in the acidic medium. Okay, next. The next question is, how does a positive catalyst accelerate the overall rate of a chemical reaction without undergoing permanent chemical change? By increasing total activation energy, by increasing reaction temperature, by providing an alternative pathway with lower activation energy, or by shifting equilibrium position. What do you think should be the correct answer in this case? Answer please. So Ashish is the first one to give C as the answer. That's correct. So it's only the Ashish who has given the correct answer. Okay. So guys, for this case, how does a positive catalyst accelerates the overall rate of a chemical reaction without undergoing permanent chemical change? So here, by providing an alternative pathway with lower activation energy. So that's correct. Option number C. Ashish has given the answer with C. Ankita is also going with C. Yeah. Sanjana, this time the answer is C. Fine. Option number C is the correct answer. More about it. So the role of catalyst. So what is catalyst? So catalyst is the one that participates in the reaction, right? Sorry, which speeds up the reaction without participating in the reaction. That's what it is written here. Speeds up the chemical reaction by offering an alternative reaction pathway with a lower activation energy, no equilibrium shift, so accelerates both forward and reverse reaction rates equally and does not alter overall enthalpy or equilibrium constant. So it remains chemically unchanged at the end of the reaction. Okay, next. Which element is chemically cross-linked with the natural rubber during vulcanization to improve its elasticity, tensile strength, and thermal resistance? So is it phosphorus, carbon black, silicon dioxide, or sulfur? So guys, natural rubber is of actually not that use if I just compare it with the artificial or man-made sulfur. So the synthetic sulfur, not sulfur, rubber. So synthetic rubber has more uses, right? So how is it made actually? So there's a process that is known as vulcanization. For the vulcanization process, we need to go with the sulfur. So Ankita, Utkarsh, Ashish, you all are going with option number D. And let me check here. Sulfur, 100% correct. So this time, Sanjana, Ankita, Ashish, the correct answer is going to be your sulfur. So vulcanized Indian rubber. That's right. That would be VIR. Okay. So that's what it is mentioned here. So the process was discovered by Charles Goodyear. This name is asked in the examination, and this I have discussed in the invention discoveries in the physics section. Okay, so where raw natural rubber is heated with sulfur. If I talk about the sulfur cross links, so it forms strong disulfide bridges between the polymer chains of the polyisoprene. It transforms soft, sticky natural rubber into a tough, highly elastic, temperature resistant material that's used in auto tires. And yes, that's the correct answer. Next, which organelle subtype inside eukaryotic cell is specifically responsible for the lipid synthesis, steroid hormone production, and detoxifying the drugs in the liver cells? So is it SER or is it RER? Is it Golgi complex or is it lysosome? So what should be the correct answer, guys? And here you cannot be wrong. Now why I'm saying this? Because we know that this the Golgi complex was discovered by Camille Golgi, and it is helpful in the intracellular transportation. It is helpful in intracellular transportation, right? What about lysosomes? So guys, lysosomes are known as suicidal packets. Lysosomes are known as suicidal packets, and they burst when whole cell is not working properly. Now, is it SER or is it RER? So here we have a trick. If I'll go with rough endoplasmic reticulum, so R stands for ribosome as well, right? So ribosomes are present in the rough part of the endoplasmic reticulum, and ribosomes are known as protein factory. So the synthesis of the protein actually takes place here. The synthesis of protein takes place here, but the synthesis of lipids actually takes place here. So that's the postmortem of this question. So here option number A, that is smooth endoplasmic reticulum, that is SER, will be the correct answer. Let me check who have given the correct answer. So Ashish and Ankita, both of you have given the correct answer. The correct answer was option number A. Acha, okay, Ashish, cool. Next, what's the next question? So here SER is the answer. Next, so smooth endoplasmic reticulum lacks ribosomes on its membrane surface. So it synthesizes lipids, phospholipids, and steroid hormones, right? So that's done. Next, which abundant enzyme present in the plant chloroplast stroma catalyzes the primary carbon fixation step of atmospheric CO2 during the Kelvin cycle? So is it ATP synthase? Is it ribisco? Or is it PEP carboxylase? Or is it amylase? So you have four options. At least give a try. So what should be the correct answer for the same? So what should be the answer according to you people? And guys, everyone who is present in the class, you all are requested to please like the video and to subscribe our channel. And you can take this PDF from the Telegram also and from Oliveboard's website as well. One more thing guys, if you want to give the test, even subject wise tests are present on the Oliveboard's website. So you will just search on the website. When you click on the website, here you will get the option for giving the test. So for here, for giving the test, you can just go to the tests or PYP's live past test option. So in the test, whatsoever examination you are preparing for, let's say you are preparing for RRB JE, so you have option here. If you're preparing for NTPC, ELP, whatsoever you're preparing for, let's say it is SSC CGL. So once you click on it, you will find all the tests related to it, they are present here. So you can even go with the subject wise test, you can go tier 1 test, tier 2 test, all the tests are present. So here just see topic wise test, GK test, sectional test, every type of test is here. So I'll just show you. Let's say you're going with GK test. So see the current affairs of June 2026, you can give its test here. So here we have advanced GK, current affair, alternative GK. So everything is present. So if you'll go with the RBC, you can go there. I'll just show you. You can just go with the take test part. And once you click here, just see. So there are total 110 questions. Here the scoring is given and it's about the negative marking and also you'll get the same feature which there in the main examination. So you can go with this option and you can start giving test. Okay, so I'm coming back to my topic. Okay, so yes guys, what do you think should be the correct answer here? So here the correct answer is going to be option number B, and I guess no one has given the answer. Sanjana, Ankita, okay. So this time the answer will be option number B, that is ribisco, that is ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate carboxylase oxygenase. So that is the most abundant protein enzyme on the earth that is located in the fluid stroma of chloroplast. And chloroplast that imparts the green color, right? So that's the part of plastids. Okay, next. Which major division of the human brain controls the precision of voluntary motor movements, posture maintenance, and body equilibrium balance? Guys, you have these four options, and I'm damn sure you can give easily the correct answer. So Sanjana is the first one to give this answer. That's great. So Sanjana is going with option number B. So a cerebrum is the largest part of the brain which deals with the intelligence, it deals with the reasoning, yes, even the memory portion. If I'll talk about this medulla oblongata, so medulla oblongata deals with all the involuntary actions. But cerebellum can be linked with this term as these are different, okay? Just try to link this part, bell. So bell actually stands for bell ends. So body's balancing is controlled by cerebellum. So body's balancing or posture, these all things are maintained by cerebellum. So yes, Utkarsh, Ankita, Sanjana, all of you who are going with option number D, that is cerebellum, is going to be the correct answer. So it helps in maintaining the posture of the body. So D is the correct answer. Utkarsh, great. Next. So cerebellum is also known as the little brain. It is located at the posterior base of the brain. The primary function is to coordinate the fine voluntary motor movements, maintaining the posture, balance, and muscular equilibrium. So what is the correct answer? D is the correct answer. Next. What biological principle is utilized in hemodialysis machines, that is artificial kidneys, to eliminate nitrogenous metabolic waste from the bloodstream. So is it active primary transport? Is it reverse osmosis? Is it selective dialysis through a semi-permeable membrane? Or is it centrifugal sedimentation? What should be the correct answer in this case? So see, for the case of reverse osmosis, this we are using for the cleansing of the water at our home. Ankita is going with D. Acha, that was about that question. Okay. What about this one? So is it centrifugal sedimentation? No, that's not centrifugal sedimentation. Utkarsh is going with C and Ankita is going with B. Okay. So this time only and only Utkarsh is the one who has given the correct answer. So Utkarsh, this time with both the hands. Salute, man. So Utkarsh, you are 100% correct. So that is selective dialysis through a semi-permeable membrane. And normally this work is done by kidney, but when kidney doesn't work, at that time we need to go with the artificial dialysis, right? So Sanjana, you're going with D? No, this time C was the answer. So hemodialysis, it is the procedure that purifies the blood of the renal uh, failure patients using a dialyzer machine. So the blood passes through the cellophane tubes with a semi-permeable membrane surrounded by dialyzing fluid. Nitrogenous waste, which includes urea, uric acid, creatinine, diffuse out down the concentration gradients from the blood into the uh, dialysate solution. Now, guys, the waste is urine here, right? And in most of the cases, we have seen that urine is yellow in color. So who will tell me what is the reason behind this yellow color? You need to remember the yellow color of the urine is due to urochrome. What is the reason behind it? Urochrome gives the yellow color to the color of the urine, right? And if the urine's color is dark yellow, that means you are suffering from dehydration. What is dehydration? That is the lack of water in the body. Fine. So you need to drink a good amount of water in that case. Next. The next question is, which peptide hormone secreted by the beta cells of isolate of Langerhans in the pancreas lowers elevated blood glucose levels? So is it insulin, glucagon, somatostatin or thyroxine? So for this case, Sanjana, thyroxine cannot be the answer. Why? Because thyroxine is secreted by thyroid gland, right? Thyroxine is generated by thyroid gland, which is the largest endocrine gland. So D option is eliminated. Now Utkarsh is going with A and Ankita is going with B. Fine. So guys, please remember the isolate of Langerhans which are present, they have alpha, beta and delta cells. Now alpha, beta and delta cells. So the alpha cells actually produces glucagon, beta cell produces insulin and delta cell produces somatostatin. Alpha cell produces glucagon, beta cell produces insulin and delta cell produces somatostatin. Now, Utkarsh, Sanjana, Ankita, Ashish, you all have the options here. So, Ani, what do you think should be the correct answer here? Alpha, glucagon, beta, insulin. It was us beta cells. So, for the beta cell, obviously the answer will be option number 8, that is insulin. So, what is the role of insulin? Actually, the glucagon is helping in increasing the blood sugar level. But insulin actually maintains that blood sugar level by bringing it down. That is, that balancing continues. But if insulin is not generating in the proper way, the level of the glucose will increase, and in this case, the person will suffer from diabetes mellitus. So, Sanjana, Ankita, Utkarsh, you all are correct, guys. Great. Next. So, insulin is the correct answer. So, insulin is secreted by the beta cells of the pancreatic isolate of Langerhans. It promotes cellular glucose uptake and converts excess blood glucose into this stored glycogen in liver muscles, that is glycogenesis, and this deficiency leads to diabetes mellitus. We have discussed all things. Next. Which class of plant growth regulators promotes the stem internode elongation, breaks seed dormancy, and induces the bolting in raw set plants. So you have four options. So that's with the plant hormone now. So what do you think should be the correct answer? Will it be cytokinins? So cytokinins term can be linked with the cell. So when it's about the elongation of the cell elongation, stem elongation or cell division. So for this case, cytokinesis is there. So cytokinesis cannot be the answer. Point number one. Next, gibberellins are helpful in breaking the dormancy. Abscisic acid actually gives the dormancy. It keeps the dormancy. Yeah. So it keeps the seed in the dormant phase. So dormancy is given by ABA, but it's broken by gibberellin. So this time, Ankita, you were with A, Sanjana, you were also with A. So sorry, but cytokine is not the answer. Abscisic acid maintains the dormancy, so again it's not the answer. And ethylene, it is helping in the ripening of the fruit. So for the fruits ripening, we are using ethylene. So here the answer will be option number B. Fine, Utkarsh. So what is the answer? Option number B is the answer. That is gibberellin. Next. So gibberellin, that's a plant growth promoter hormone synthesized in the young leaves and shoots. Next. Which unique blood vessels in the human cardiovascular system is the only artery that transports the deoxygenated blood away from the heart? So as wherever you will find the term pulmonary, it will help you out in the examination that its working is quite opposite to the true nature. So the true nature of the arteries is to carry forward the oxygenated blood, but the pulmonary arteries are the one that are just reversing the action. And yes, the only artery that transports the deoxygenated blood, that's pulmonary artery. The similar way, the pulmonary veins are the ones that carries the oxygenated blood. So pulmonary, that is Utkarsh, Ankita, Sanjana, all are correct, guys. The correct answer will be option number C. Next. Which nutritional deficiency disorder characterized by the 3Ds, that is dermatitis, diarrhea and dementia, is caused by the lack of vitamin B3, niacin? So is it pellagra, beriberi, scurvy or rickets? See, in most of the questions this might happen that you are not aware of the answer, but from the options you can go with the option elimination, like beriberi is caused by vitamin B1. Due to lack of vitamin B1, person suffers from beriberi. So beriberi cannot be the answer. Scurvy is caused because of lack of vitamin C, that is bleeding from the gums. So again, scurvy cannot be the answer. And rickets is caused because of deficiency of vitamin D. So again, rickets cannot be the answer. So this is how option elimination works. So I guess now you people can give this answer. So Sanjana, Ankita, Utkarsh, Ashish, Anni, what is the answer? This time the correct answer is going to be option number A, that is pellagra, right? So the correct answer is option number A, pellagra. Okay. So see, pellagra is caused by severe dietary deficiency of vitamin B3, that is niacin. So classic symptoms are dermatitis, that is skin lesions, or diarrhea, digestive distress, and dementia, neurological impairment. So it's a common in populations dependent primarily on unfortified maize or corn. Okay. So that's all from my end. So guys, it's the time for the homework question. So the homework question for you people is this. I want this answer in the comment section. In the Watson-Crick double helical model of DNA, which nitrogenous base forms 3 hydrogen bonds, specifically with cytosine? Is it adenine, thymine, uracil, or guanine? So guys, please let me know what will be the correct answer in the comment section. And also, you can join my classes daily from 12 p.m. and after every session with the detailed explanation, I'll just share the PDF. So it will take hardly 2 minutes to share the PDF. Then at 1, I'll start with the session. So I'm just sharing the PDF on the Telegram channel also and on the Oliveboard's website as well. So if you want to join my Telegram channel, I'll just show you. Where is it? Okay. Okay. So guys, you can actually join my Telegram channel from here. So this is the Telegram channel. So you can just scan it and you can take this PDF. You can take this PDF from the Telegram channel also, and also you can take the PDF from the Oliveboard's website as well. So just scan it and you will get the Telegram channel where each and every stuff which is related with the examination, you'll get free of cost everything here. So bye bye guys, take care, Jai Hind, and for the examination, all the very best. Please take care.